Are you someone who is looking for a neighborhood where you don't need a car to get from here to there? Are you looking for a neighborhood where you can walk easily to bars, restaurants, and shops? Well, luckily for you, Baltimore, Maryland has a bunch of neighborhoods that are very, very walkable. And in today's video, we are going to be covering Baltimore City's most walkable neighborhoods. Make sure that you stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can find out what my favorite Baltimore City walkable neighborhood is. If you are new to my channel, welcome. You have come to the right place to find out everything there is to know about living, working, playing, and thriving in the Baltimore metro region. Make sure that you click the subscribe button and you tap the bell for notifications so that you can be alerted as soon as there is new content to the channel. Hi, my name is Persia and I'm a local real estate agent in the Baltimore metro region, and every day I get messages, phone calls, emails from people just like you who are looking to make the transition to live in Baltimore, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to reach out to me and reach out to my team, and we would love to help you. You can call us, text us, send us an email, we can set up a video call, and we can help you to make a smooth transition to Baltimore Metro. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started into this list of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods. And number one on the list is one of my all-time favorite neighborhoods in the city. It is Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon has historic architecture. It has a vibrant art scene. It's known as the cultural heart of Baltimore City, and it's just really beautiful. It has historic cobblestone streets, and the reason that it's so walkable is that you really can park your car and go to bars, restaurants. There are a lot of employers that are in the area, so it's a really great neighborhood if you don't want to have to constantly be getting in and out of your car to go everywhere. One thing about living in Mount Vernon, if you do have a car, parking could be difficult. Most of it is street parking. There are some garages that people have access to. If you're living in places like condominium buildings, sometimes there are going to be parking spaces that come with those condos, but sometimes you have to pay extra for them. So thinking about where to park your car is important. But if you don't have a car and you want to live in a very walkable area where you don't really need a car to get around, Mount Vernon is an excellent choice. Next on the list is downtown / the Inner Harbor. And the Inner Harbor doesn't really come up on my list very often just because for me personally, I find it to be a very touristy area. But for some people, they absolutely love it because of the attractions that are there, like Baltimore's National Aquarium, the convention center is down there. There are lots of shopping districts, lots of restaurants, bar options that are all within walking distance. So that makes it one of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods. The downtown Inner Harbor area also has a variety of housing options. There are lots of condominium options. Some of them are high-rise condos with swimming pools and parking, which is really nice. You also can find traditional row houses. So there's all kinds of options there. There's apartment living. So you have every type of housing that you could want at your fingertips in that neighborhood. Okay, number 3 on the list is another one of my favorites. It's Fells Point. And Fells Point is just quintessential Baltimore. Whenever people ask me, like, where should I stay when I'm visiting? Where should I get a hotel? Where should I walk around? I always say Fells Point because I feel like you get a real sense of Baltimore charm and history in Fells Point. You have the cobblestone streets. It's right near the water. In the springtime, you can take the water taxi over to Federal Hill, which is a really cool little excursion. But it's very walkable. So if you wanted to live in an area where you don't have to rely on a car, you absolutely could get done everything you need to do within reason in Fells Point. Again, there are lots of bars, lots of restaurants in Fells Point, lots of shops where you can get anything from clothing to ice cream, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, it's not too far to get to a grocery store and kind of the other things that you might need. So it definitely will suit your needs if you're tending to rely less on a vehicle. Next on the list of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods is Federal Hill. Federal Hill is an amazing neighborhood for keeping everything in a tight radius where you don't need a car. Federal Hill is another historic district that has tons of bars and restaurants. You have the historic Cross Street Market, which is an amazing place and actually does sell things like coffee and produce and things like that that you might just want to make a one-stop for. Cross Street Market could be a really good place to go. You have Federal Hill Park, which is a really historic park where you have amazing views of downtown and of Federal Hill. You also have great museums like the American Visionary Arts Museum, which is one of my favorites in the city. So there is lots to do within a small radius where you wouldn't need your car to get what you need and to have some fun and entertainment all at the same time. Okay, next on the list of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods is Canton / Brewer's Hill. These are distinct neighborhoods, but they're right next to each other. The Canton area has a lot to offer. Once again, you've heard me say a lot, this area has bars, restaurants, shopping. It has a newly developed shopping center, which makes it really desirable. It's a larger shopping center than a lot of other places have in Baltimore City. So it has, for example, like a Target, a grocery store, and it is walking distance from certain areas of Canton and Brewer's Hill. So that is a really great bonus. Okay, and finally on the list of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods is my favorite walkable neighborhood, Charles Village / Able. Charles Village has a special place in my heart because it is the neighborhood where I first moved when I moved to Baltimore, and I walked around the neighborhood all the time. Charles Village is home to Johns Hopkins Homewood campus, so that's a lovely place to kind of just walk around, but also makes it a neighborhood that has mixed demographics. You have people who are in the neighborhood because they're students at JHU, because they're professors at JHU, so it has a nice mix of racial demographics as well as age demographics in the neighborhood, and there are lots of shops and restaurants that cater to the fact that this is kind of a college-centric area. One of my absolute favorite bars, and the bar where I'm a regular, is in Charles Village. It's the Charles Village Pub, and it kind of has its own community and ecosystem. It's a really great place and has food, has drinks, and there are several other places to get food, to get drinks. There's a CVS, there's a little grocery store. So if you really are looking for an area that all that you need without having to rely on a car, Charles Village is a really great neighborhood to check out. Another great thing about Charles Village is its walking distance. It's kind of a little bit of a walk, but it's walking distance to the Waverly Farmers Market. So if you want access to fresh produce on a Saturday morning, then Waverly's Farmers Market is a great place to go as well. Well, there you have it, some of Baltimore's most walkable neighborhoods. I hope that this information was helpful to you. Again, if you or anyone that you know is making the transition to Baltimore and is looking for some assistance, please make sure to reach out to us. You can call us, text us, email us, we can set up a video call, and we would absolutely love to help you make the transition to Baltimore. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.